Derek Todd, Chief Executive of the Dawn Limited Group, the leading wholesale and master distributor of brands in South Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. Also many years of involvement in the plumbing and sanitary ware trade, as well as the hardware and tool trade, municipal, civil, engineering and industrial trades.
Thanks, Derek. Julian, would you like to introduce yourself?
Julian Henkel, Chief Executive of Grower Dawn Water Technology. This new joint venture we founded with the Dawn Group. I've been working previously with Grower in the capacity of Director Emerging Markets, and I've been in this industry for almost the last 25 years.
Thank you, Julian. Derek, what does World Plumbing Council 2016 mean to the Dawn Group?
From a Dawn point of view, the World Plumbing Council is an opportunity for people, both local and international delegates, to be exposed to, firstly, the South African standards of plumbing, the plumbing industry, and many aspects of sustainable water supply, as well as a healthy environment for the populace of our country, as well as the countries north of our borders.
Julian, and equally, what does World Plumbing Council 2016 mean to Grower Dawn Water Tech in terms of its more focused approach?
Well, it is a great opportunity, first of all, and I'm really looking forward to this event being in Africa, in South Africa, because I think this country is dealing and will deal in future with a lot of issues where this group can not only provide products that improve your life in terms of using water for cleaning and for pleasure, but as well sustainably. Grower as a group has paid a lot of attention to the subject of green technology, water technology, and therefore the location being World Plumbing event being located in Africa is a great opportunity for us to show the professional but as well consumers that we are here on the leading edge in terms of providing the right solutions for African consumers.
Sure. WaterTech has committed to the main sponsorship. Why?
We believe, as one of the main players in the plumbing, sanitary ware and water provision of not only South Africa but also Sub-Saharan Africa, that it is critical that we are a sponsor and uphold the objectives of the World Plumbing Council. We believe that it is important that global standards are firstly brought to this country, as well as business opportunities exposed to the global environment, to assist us in further providing the enormous requirement of sustainable water supply and, as we've outlined, a healthy environment for the populace of the region that I've outlined.
Derek, continue there. The Institute of Plumbing, IOPSA, they are the host of WPC 2016. And what would your message be to the Institute of Plumbing to maximize any advantage that they can get out of this as far as South Africa and Africa is concerned?
Well, I think, as you clearly outlined, IOPSA, as they're known, has a role to play in maintaining the standards and ensuring that the level of application of the products that we refer to are firstly procured correctly, that is the right quality and the right level of standard, to ensure all that we were saying about, that the consumer ultimately can procure a product that firstly he has confidence in, and secondly, as we've mentioned, gives him a lifestyle of which he is seeking.
Okay. From our IOPSA, the Plumbing Industries Registration Board was formed, which has since been granted professional recognition, but still remains a voluntary body. How's that? Are there benefits that we can gain from that as well?
Well, I certainly believe that there are some significant issues in terms of trying to regulate a quality standard. I believe that firstly South Africa has been subject to a large degree of product dumping that is substandard product that has led to many issues, more specifically those that the government are supporting, where dwellings and the investment that the government is making in housing and dwellings is having to be redone. So somewhere along the line we definitely have a problem with quality and standards. I think at this point in time there's also been individuals making the profit motive on the use of substandard product in the plumbing and sanitary ware trade that are having some serious implications for that investment that government and other bodies are making.
Okay. Considering the theme of the conference, regulations for sustainable plumbing, a case for international standards. Julian, you come from an international background. How do you see that kind of theme playing out in this environment?
I think first of all, I'd like to share what Derek said about the quality standards in this country, which in our opinion are very high. However, we can see that in the past years they've been diluted by a lot of brands or so-called brands that came into the country trying to tell the consumer that he could buy good quality product at a very affordable price. That turns out to be a one-way road, because at the end of the day it dilutes the quality standard. It dilutes as well the level or the profession of the plumber, who's for us our biggest and most important partner in the industry, because he is the one who guarantees for the quality of the product. So we see that this trend is now changing. We see a lot of consumers coming back to us and ask for quality. And the plumber will play a much more important role in South Africa. And I must say, compared to international standards, as you would refer to, I think the South African installers, plumbers, plumbing merchants, are working on an extremely high level. However, again, imports from Asia and other countries that try to seek opportunities in South Africa without creating a sustainable base, a sustainable manufacturing footprint, as we do, because we produce locally in South Africa at the highest quality standard. I think that is what has been affecting the industry, and this is where we see our role as well in terms of education and training, working closely with the plumbing installer, so he can provide a very good job backed by very good products to the consumer and to the professional clients. And so for me, it is very important that the quality standards in this country are being watched carefully, and that the trading environment recognizes as well this importance vis-a-vis their consumer. A sanitary fitting is an item that you buy every 15 years on average in your life. So you must make sure it's a proper fitting. In South Africa, most of the fittings are concealed fittings. So when you build something into the wall, you don't really want to tear it out after 2 years. So that's where we see our responsibility as a manufacturer to make sure that this product lasts basically for life. And Cobra has been, as an example, as one of our brands in this country, being founded by Friedrich Johann in the early 50s, has always been on the forefront of assuring that the consumer has a product and the plumber deals with the product in confidence. And the consumer has a product that assures him peace of mind, comfort, sustainability. Again, that is a technology we invest, or a theme that we will invest more and more in terms of R&D spendings in this country. And that's again where the relation between the Grow Group, and and Dawn is a perfect match. And therefore we see this event as a good platform for us to start speaking not only to the South African consumer, to the African consumer, and out of Africa to the world. Look at this country and look at the opportunities you have here and look at the people, because South Africans appreciate quality. That is my humble view after being here for a few months. So we're looking at, in the next years, I think at this trend being reversed from buying something affordable, going back into quality. And that's where this World Plumbing Council definitely will help us, being as a platform speaking about those themes. And this is why we decided together to be the lead sponsor of this event.
So in other words, price is on its way out, value and quality are the 2 points that we should be selling to our consumers. And that's it. And I think that's the point you're making, really.
That's
good. Dawn Grower, as a public listed company, what message would you have for those contemplating to attend WPC 2016? And we're talking worldwide now. What would the message be, other than going to Cape Town, which is a nice place to go to? But what really is the main reason for them wanting to come to WPC 2016?
I believe it's an opportunity for delegates to interact, to look at the opportunities in terms of, firstly, technology, secondly, to assess the situation in terms of our country, the requirements in our country, as well as for them to share with us the opportunities that they see from, firstly, a product technology point of view, standards point of view, as well as for them to be exposed to the opportunity that they would see in the territory that we have outlined in this interview.
Julian, any wrap-up you'd like to add to what Derek said, or your own view?
No, specifically about your last question, I would say South Africa is a country that can be proud of showing what it has achieved over the last decades, and one of the greatest achievements I've seen as a visitor to this country is diligent people, attention to quality, very good infrastructure. Besides normal issues that every country has to deal with at one stage or the other. I think that's what people will realize when they come to South Africa, that this is a country which is on a very high standard, and in terms of our product category, definitely one of the highest standards in the world, I can say. And this is why I think it's not only worthwhile to come to Cape Town, which is obviously a nice incentive, but even speaking to the professional audience here and understanding that those requirements professionals have in this country are none different than the requirements professionals have in industrial developed countries in Europe or in America.